Hello, everyone, and welcome back. This is my newest course from our ChatGPT series. This is going to be about the new functionality within ChatGPT called projects. And projects is very similar to a custom GPT, but on a smaller scale, and something that you can use every day to aid you in any of your activities or any of your work tasks at all, anything and everything that you do, actually. Setting up a project is really easy. Like I said, the functionality is very similar to a custom GPT, but it's tailored for the individual user. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys exactly how to create a project, how to tailor it, how to create the prompt for it or the instructions, and what it's useful for. So let's go ahead and get started with learning about projects in ChatGPT. Okay, so simply projects, a good example of a project would be something within your account that only you can see or you and others can see, where you do specific items repeatedly or repetitively, or something that you need to be very customized. So let's look real quick at where the projects are located. On your left side of the screen, your sidebar. If you open your sidebar, you'll see all of our F2 on-site custom GPTs that we have developed and some that are still under construction. But below those, you'll also see a new icon called projects. That's what we're going to be using today. Custom GPTs, of course, can be created by our team internally or by you to utilize, but you can also use custom GPTs from it's kind of like the Microsoft Store or the Apple Store. It's called Explore GPTs. Now, if you click on that, that gives you not only our company GPTs we have created, but also other customs that have been built by other people. Here's an image generator, a logo creator, Write for Me. And if I scroll down, you see even more about the ChatGPT team that they have created. Also, others that other individuals have created. Here's a coding, website generator, etc. So all of these are custom GPTs that are available to the public to utilize. Anything that we create is only created for us within our company. But if we create something that we want to put out to the world, we certainly can, where other people can use it as well. So those are our custom GPTs available. Now, going back to projects, if we go to our regular chat GPT for our company, or you can use this, of course, on your personal chat GPT as well. Projects is available both on the workspace and on your personal. But if we start with projects, it is right below the sidebar, the list of all of our GPTs listed as projects. If you'll see, I have one that I've already created and I've already used, which was a legal review of a contract. But let's go ahead and create a new project, and we just click on the plus sign for the project, give it a name, and I think what we'll do is maybe do travel expense audits. Let's do that. I'm just pulling this off the top of my head. So we create a project. Now, the next thing that happens is once it's created, we have to tell it what to do. So it's very similar to writing a good prompt. Okay. And in this, writing a prompt, we remember, if you've taken my other course, we use the role method, ROLE, where you establish the role, you want your output, you want your limitations and your extras. We use the same thing here, but we're going to use a little cheat sheet. Instead of writing that prompt ourselves, we're going to use our prompt writer. And if you're watching this video and you don't have access to the F2 on-site custom GPTs, you can search for prompt writer within this Explore GPTs and find one. And when you find one, that's great, but I recommend you make one for yourself as a custom GPT that you use. And like I said, watch the other video about how to make a custom GPT and I'll show you how to make your own. However, with this, back to what we're supposed to be talking about now, which don't let me digress too much, but we're going to talk about how to set up this new project. In this, we need instructions, tailor the way ChatGPT responds in this project. So we click on that, and it tells us that, so with the instructions, again, this is just a prompt. The best way to do this is to use a prompt writer. rather than me spend an hour trying to tell the ChatGPT in an optimized way what I want this project to do. Let's use the shortcuts that we have. Okay, so I get rid of this instructions. I move over to the F2 on-site prompt generator that we have created, and let's go into this and ask it to create us a prompt. So I'm going to pause the video for a second. I'm going to write the prompt. I'll write out what I need the prompt generator to do. We'll come back and take a look in 1 second. So I've created the prompt generator instructions just in everyday language, what I want my new project GPT to do. So let's take a look at what I wrote. I'm creating a project within ChatGPT to track and analyze travel expenses for employees who travel across the US and Canada. I want to upload expense reports and receipts. I want to track those according to type, location, employee name, customer name, and anything else you can think of in order to be more efficient, to analyze our travel expense and to analyze our travel expense spend. I need the prompt optimized to think of new and creative ways to analyze data and expenses that I would not think of on my own. Also, look for ways to save money and be more efficient with our travel process. So that is the prompt I need created. So let's go ahead and hit enter, and then we will have our prompt generator create a highly detailed and optimized prompt. First, it comes up with our persona or our role. It gives us our project scope and objectives. Tells us to categorize expenses, expense analysis, efficiency and cost saving strategies, creative analysis suggestions, develop KPIs, create metrics, and create some visualization reporting. This is awesome. So it's obviously this is a very extensive prompt that we will use within our project. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy this entire prompt. Fantastic prompt. We'll go back now to our travel expense project. We'll add instructions, which is the exact prompt that the prompt generator created. We'll click save. There we go. Perfect. So now our travel expense audits project is created. Another thing we can do is we can add files. So whenever we're going to add a file, we can upload, of course, the travel expense report. We can upload receipts. We can do any type of, a myriad of things that we can upload here with project files or the files that go into the project GPT for travel expense. We can also, if we have been working on something earlier today, we can, in fact, here's the travel expense optimization prompt that was created a little while earlier in our conversations. But let's say that we want to include a conversation that happened earlier today. We can always add that over into the chat for this project and drop it directly into the project chat, so it would become part of that. Okay, for example, I think this was something that I was asking ChatGPT to spell my name correctly, right? So I just dropped it in here, and now it's chat in the project. But if you start messing with this and you start developing more and more uses for the project, it will spur on some thoughts from you, right? That will make it smarter, and more helpful. But right now, if I upload, and I don't have an expense report to upload, but if I uploaded my expense report and I uploaded some receipts, it was able to do what it does in terms of breaking that down and analyzing it. I can then come back and train it saying, okay, this would be more helpful if you put this in an Excel spreadsheet. This would be more helpful if you listed it like this, or let me give you an Excel spreadsheet that's formatted and say this is how I want my reports to come back out. So developing travel expense audit or travel expense projects, whatever you want to do, that's just one of a million different things that you can do with the projects. So get creative and think about how the projects could help you. And one way to think about it is go to ChatGPT and ask it, tell me how projects, let's try this. Tell me how the new projects functionality in ChatGPT would help me with my day-to-day activities. Look for ways that can help you by asking. And here it will give you some information on organize your documentation, strategic planning, brainstorming, improve collaboration. You can share the projects with different people. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with the projects. So this is very similar to a custom GPT, but it can be even more specific down to onto the project level. For example, another example, if we have a project in the company that is going on where we're going to install 10 servers at a data center, we can make a project for that data center, and we can upload all of the documents that the customer gives us, all the deliverables, the list of deliverables. We can track them there. So there's a myriad of things, and what my goal here today is just to show you what the project tab does, how it can help you, and spur your thought process. When you come up with things that are helpful, or things that we haven't thought of before or other people haven't thought of, share them around with the company, with the team. And if you're outside of F2 Onsite and you're watching this video, same thing, share them with friends, and send, if you know me, send me a note and tell me what you're using projects for. Is some new functionality. I will be happy to pass it along to other people. This takes a village in terms of learning all this brand new technology, and all of us need to help each other learn as much as we possibly can. So that's it for projects today. We've just talked about 10 minutes or so here. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you got any input, please let me know. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you at the next one.